This is TGL, the world's newest pro golf league that's trading wide green fairways under the sun for the world's most high-tech indoor golf simulator. Golf was once an outdoor game of patience, but now two of the sport's biggest stars are behind a league that's playing inside a stadium with a shot clock. So why? Is it a flashy gimmick or is it a part of a larger movement? Welcome to FOS Explains. Today we're diving into golf's indoor revolution, how simulation golf is changing the game, the innovations driving it, and what this means for golfers, the industry, and the future of the sport. On January 7th, TGL teed off its inaugural season. Nearly 1 million people tuned in on ESPN as a 1,500-seat stadium hosted probably the most technologically advanced golf match of all time. TGL is a mix between simulation golf and traditional golf, played indoors in a venue that looks like an airplane hangar. Players start each hole by teeing off and driving on the world's largest and most technologically advanced golf simulator. The screen is 54 feet tall and 64 feet wide. That's about 24 times larger than a standard golf simulator screen and uses 9 overlapping projectors for the display. The league constructed 30 digital holes for this screen in a bunch of crazy environments. One's on a Grand Canyon looking thing, another on a beach, an active volcano, and a bunch of others. The golfers are hitting on a real grass fairway, rough, or real sand, corresponding to wherever they are on the simulation course. And then the change happens. When they reach the green in the simulation, they turn around and see the same green in real life. There's a projector on the ceiling that tells them exactly where the ball landed in the simulation, so they then place the ball there and finish the hole like a normal golf match. This is some crazy intricate tech. Every digital course has some variation of this same bean-looking green with sand bunkers around it. But to make it different, the green can rotate 360 degrees and has hundreds of motorized risers to create different hills or undulations. So yeah, it looks a lot different than the PGA Tour. The league has 6 teams of 4 PGA Tour golfers playing in head-to-head 3-on-3 matches, and they have a YouTube page with full breakdowns of all their unique rules. For example, what is the hammer?
But what if a team feels like they have an advantage, wants to add some pressure to their opponent, or needs extra points? Throw the hammer. This allows a team to increase the value of a hole by 1 point, but they need to be strategic on how and when to use it.
If you look at the numbers, TGL's broadcast debut was fairly good. The league raked in 919,000 viewers for its first match. That's 160,000 more than the Duke Pitt college basketball game that led into the broadcast. And according to Sports Media Watch's research, the TGL debut drew more viewers than any live golf broadcast on the CW in 2023 and 2024, the PGA Tour's season opener a week earlier on the Golf Channel and NBC, and December's Crypto.com showdown featuring live and PGA Tour stars on TNT Sports. And after ratings like that, TGL's inaugural match is sparking conversations about what this innovative and experimental tech could mean for the future of golf. But before we talk about the future, it's important to understand how TGL even got here. Golf can trace its roots back to Scotland in the 15th century. Rules weren't officially written down for another few centuries, but it has always involved the outdoors and plenty of open green space. That's also what made it a perfect way to stay active during the COVID pandemic 6 centuries later. Golf boomed in 2020 because there weren't many other ways to spend your free time. And over the next few years, the sport was more popular than ever. Off-course innovations were helping the sport grow too. Things like Topgolf and golf simulators. By 2023, research from the National Golf Foundation found that over 40% of Americans played exclusively off-course at places like Topgolf. So, 2 of golf's biggest names, Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, decided to capitalize on that boom while it was happening. In 2022, Tiger and Rory teamed up with former Golf Channel executive Mike McCarley to launch Tomorrow Sports. It was a venture company that got investments from other athletes like Steph Curry, Lewis Hamilton, and Serena Williams. Shortly after launching in August, the group announced their plans to start a new golf league in partnership with the PGA Tour. Now remember, Live Golf was announced a year earlier and teed off that same summer of 2022. That was seen as a direct competitor to the PGA Tour. And at the time, McIlroy was one of the leading voices calling for PGA Tour golfers not to leave for Live.
I still hate Live. Like, I hate live. Like, I hope it goes away, and I would fully expect that it does.
So, Woods, McIlroy, and Tomorrow Sports wanted to create something that would be additive to the tour, which is why they partnered with the PGA Tour and recruited other golfers from the PGA Tour.
So whenever Mike brought this idea to Tiger and I think one of the first things we said, well, if you're going to do this, we're going to have to try to partner with the PGA Tour in some way and really try to make this complementary.
With that said, it does seem like TGL has taken a few pages out of Live Golf's playbook, like having teams with names and playing music throughout the contest. TGL was supposed to launch in January 2024. In the year leading up, the league built a custom 250,000 square foot, 1,500 seat stadium on the Palm Beach State College campus in South Florida. But a storm caused the air-supported roof to collapse about 90 days before the league was set to start. So, the start date was pushed back a full year, and they rebuilt the roof with steel supports. All in, the custom-built SoFi Center is rumored to have cost $50 million. And now that it's done, it's housing some of the biggest innovations golf has seen in decades, with the chance to change the sport forever. TGL introduced a lot of unique things throughout its inaugural match. For fans, one of the coolest was being able to watch every single hole in a stadium environment and without having to walk the miles of a normal golf course. They could just stay in their seats. But there's one big thing that everyone is talking about after week one.
Is there a rule in TGL gameplay that you guys think could be translated realistically to traditional golf?
Shot clock.
Yeah.
Golf is a traditionally slow game, and TGL is changing that up by using a 40-second shot clock. That means as soon as you set the ball down on the green, the timer starts. Or whenever the referee says it's your turn, you have 40 seconds to hit or call one of your team's 2 timeouts. Pace of play is a major problem at a majority of men's and women's professional golf tournaments, with most events having rounds that take more than 5 hours. But TGL's shot clock sped up the 15-hole match to under 2 hours. When the shot clock got under 10 seconds, the stadium starts playing a heartbeat sound and fans could start counting down like a shot clock winding down at an NBA game.
The Bay is up 4-0.
Players thought it was fun. Fans thought it was fun. And if you look deeper at the data, it made the match move even faster than 40 seconds a person. There was not a single shot clock violation, and the timer hardly went under 10 seconds. Wyndham Clark was the slowest of the 6 golfers in the inaugural match, averaging just 26 seconds per shot according to Golf Digest. And Ricky Fowler was the fastest, taking just 20 seconds a shot. This is something that some golfers and fans have been wanting for years. Matt Fitzpatrick, who played in the inaugural TGL match and is one of the PGA Tour's fastest players, has openly called for more slow play penalties on tour. So is this something we could potentially see make its way to the PGA Tour or Live Golf one day? Well, it may be trickier to implement outdoors and would probably be a long road to actually put in place, but it's definitely a possibility. Then there's the broadcast side of things. US golf broadcasts started the walk and talk interviews in 2023, where they walked beside the golfers and asked them questions as they walked to a new spot on the course. But TGL and ESPN are trying something different. They have all 6 players mic'd up the whole competition, and the play-by-play announcers can talk to them through an earpiece throughout the whole match. Now, this wasn't necessarily a smash hit from the start like the shot clock, but maybe it turns into something that other networks adopt down the road. So what's next for TGL? Well, they signed a multi-year TV deal with ESPN, so they plan to be around for a bit, but they also have their eyes set on expansion one day. The league has had discussions with the LPGA Tour about eventually incorporating a mixed men's and women's event or creating a standalone women's league. But beyond the league itself, this could inspire a new wave of TGL x Topgolf inspired venues for non-professionals. Los Angeles Golf Club co-owner Alexis Ohanian said on X, "One of the perks of owning a team is we get to use the stadium a day a year." You could presume that means that owners can choose one night a year to invite friends to this exclusive, high-tech, and genuinely cool golf experience. And if the league continues to grow in popularity, it's not hard to imagine someone wanting to mimic that sort of venue as a way to make money and create a new Topgolf-esque experience. But I'm curious what you think. Will TGL have a lasting impact on golf, or will the novelty fade away over time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more on the business of sports.